Hey there, friends, it's Gun Gaming, and I want to talk about one of the most complicated and important parts of Marvel Future Revolution, and that is your specialization tree. Specialization trees are different for every character. I only have a couple of characters high enough to actually show you guys what they are. I'm going to actually jump over to Star-Lord first just to show you something here. So I had 75 options for Black Widow and passive traits. And then you get to choose 4 active traits among 8 options. And I believe that's true for all of the characters. Actually, there might be 10 options. But either way, you can only equip 4 at a time. But for Star-Lord, he also has 75, and the trees are built differently for everyone. So for Black Widow, you have to... So taking a step back, I'm going to talk to you guys all about how to acquire all of these materials. I'm also going to tell you how to use them. And I'm also going to tell you a little bit about how the trees function. We're going to talk about how the trees function to kind of work through this backwards so you understand the end game so that you can properly plan ahead of time. So first off, only do this on the character you are using as your main for all daily top tier content. What do I mean by top tier content? Dark Zone, raids, 100 blitzes, spec ops, dimensional duel, and Omega War. Those are the things that matter in this game. Those are the things that are ranked. And I'd also say daily challenges, but I think you just need to muscle through those, and you're not really worried about ranking all that much, to be honest. The cores matter if you're in the top 100, but outside of that, it's not that big of a deal. You get a bunch of 2-star cores, and that's fine. So, and if you don't know who that character is, figure that out quick. Again, I think a lot of people have ranked lists. Watch the content creators who rank them. Obviously, I'm going to tell you to watch me because I love me. If you like me, please leave a sub. Please drop a like. If you dislike this content, leave a dislike and tell me what you don't like about it so I can better, tailor my content to your wants and needs in the future. I think one of the things that's important here too. So if you're picking a character, I would recommend Black Widow or Spider-Man as 2 of the best PvP characters. Iron Man gets a lot of press right now. He has a lot of really cool attacks. He's fairly easy to level. He scales rather well. He still does a lot of damage. He's good in raids. He's good in PvP. I wouldn't say that he has one of the best kits, but he's very straightforward, very linear, and easy to progress. So, do with that what you will. Doctor Strange drops off in the end game. Star-Lord never had a chance in the end game. I know Machine Gun Flo loves him. He just spent a bunch of money to get him useful in the soft launch. Star-Lord does not scale all that well. He's a good team player, but not good all on his own. Captain America is a really great team player. Does not scale all that well, especially in PvP. Storm is really slow and squishy. She has a really easy leveling experience, so she also does not scale all that well. I'd put Storm and Doctor Strange in a very similar category where they have cool spells, lots of AoE, good damage, fun to level, fun to play, great costumes, look amazing, not great in the end game PvP, which is where all the best rewards come from. And then I don't know who I'm forgetting here. Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel I would put also in a similar tier as Iron Man. A lot of people like her because she does scale well in the end game. Her leveling experience is not super difficult. She does a lot of damage. She's a fun character to build the end game around because of her ultimate. And you can do a lot of her ultimate skill gauge recovery with a lot of your gear and specializations, etc. And I think 1 or 2 of her skills also will reset it a little bit faster. So she's pretty fun. So anyway, do what you will with that. Again, I would say top tier Black Widow, Spider-Man, next tier Iron Man, and Captain Marvel. So if you're still choosing, that's my take on that. I think others who have pushed out similar lists and reviews have ranked them very similarly to that order. So when you're doing your specialization tree, the things that matter are the active traits. The passive traits are nice. They give you some moderate boosts. Pretty much all of them are useful. None of them are amazing. Like this accuracy rate, for example, helpful, nice, not super important. Crit rate increase, pretty good. That's probably one that's worth focusing on. But I don't care nearly as much about those as you should care about the active traits. You should pick your 4 active traits before doing any of these. Period, full stop, no questions asked. Why? Because you don't want to build in a direction that does you no good. This is a perfect example. I actually needed these red materials later for my Black Widow, and this went to a totally useless stat in just a flat HP boost that gives me relatively no survivability for Star-Lord, who is not all that squishy. The one thing he has going for him, good mobility, and he actually has a decent health and defense pool. But it was a waste in that the direction I wanted to go was to the right because I knew I needed to go down, I needed to go up. So increased guard damage is not all that great with chill. I wanted the burn. And status effect accuracy is pretty good. This chain lightning seems like it would be fun, but the lightning sucks for him. Shock shot is the worst of all of his skills. Chill at least has good guard break. Okay, so status effect accuracy when HP is 50% or higher. This is actually really nice. Everybody else has ones that are 50% or lower for like increased damage. This is good in basically any game mode. You can also come up here to the recommended ones, and this is going to tell you like attack focused. And these are fine. I think the flame shot are the best ones. Crowd control focused. That's where you're seeing chill shot with those guard breaks. And survive focused is the shock where you're applying that defense down. So the attack focus is probably, if you just want to go for one of these recommended builds, one of the best ones. Increases damage to first skill used within 6 seconds after using a dodge skill. Increased damage delta with HP 50% or below. So this helps you finish off bosses. Creates an additional explosion to deal damage equal to 12% of attack upon landing a flame shot class skill. Again, for Star-Lord, you can build the entire skill sets around these. And then all damage increased by 1.5%. So I'm not getting super in depth on Star-Lord because you shouldn't do him unless you're super in love with him. He's just not great. But in order to access any of those active skills, we'll show you this on Black Widow's tree. You need to unlock all of the passive skills around that active skill. And in order to access each of those skills, you have to do the one that is preceding it or before it. And we'll show you here. So I had to unlock this one before I unlocked this one, before I unlocked this one, and so on and so forth. And I had to do those ones before I could get up here. The very first one you should get as Black Widow, in my opinion, is Intelligence. This revive is helpful in all game modes. It is super nice when you are a lower powered character as a free-to-play player or as just starting player playing with people who are going to help carry you through raids, because those people get annoyed when you just up and die. You at least can distract the boss. That can at least be one of your roles. And if you just up and die, you can't even do that. So this intelligence one is super important. That's where I went for first after I understood specialization trees from getting it wrong on Star-Lord. And you can see here I'm 1/3 of my way through enhanced traits by just bumping all of these up. So I had to do this one, then 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 that one. Or, this, then that. Something like that. Once you get it, then you can unlock that skill. And you'll notice it's 6 out of 10. Some of these are a little bit lower. I'm still farming some of these materials that can help me increase those levels. Increasing crit damage here, increasing crit damage here. So those are 2 of the other skills I'm focused on. Note that this was not in one recommended build. It had like 2 out of attack focus, 1 from survive, and 1 from PvP. So that's what I did. Yes, get to these as quickly as possible. You do have to do all of them that surround it. This is one of the reasons why Black Widow is a very long end game character. You'll notice for Star-Lord, a lot of them were like half covered. I think for Iron Man, almost all of them are half covered. So you only have to do 3 instead of 6, which as a Black Widow player is really annoying to see people doing that because you're spending so much, especially these 7 out of 7s. Your chance of upgrading goes down from 100 to 80, and you can see here on this one, it goes down to like 50%. So you're just like losing out on these really rare materials every time you do that. It's very frustrating. Like this alone costs like 30 of these base ones. So now how do you get those materials? Easiest way to get them is to go into, raids, and you'll see each of the colors. Fenris, which is today's, is orange. Loki's is purple, Kingtron's is yellow, Vision's is green, Cole's is red. Now when you do that days, you can see the reward count here. And then you want to work your way up to ultimate, find a good team that can help you do ultimate every day. It's fantastic squad rank. It's one of the best gold farms in the game, and it gives you these materials. So I actually spend the 100 cores most often to refresh these every day. You can also get more of these tickets in the shop. You can get 2 per week for 200,000 gold each. Definitely get these, some of the best 200,000 gold you can spend in the game, in my opinion. And if you can get a group of people who need a specific color together, you can actually do ones that aren't on your day. I've already used up my 3 rewards for the day, so I can't do another one, but this would say activate this, and then I could pay the 100 cores and activate it. So that's something a lot of people aren't aware of. Now, if I just click participate, it'll set me into a queue, and no one is going to just enter into a queue for Kingtron. I could sit here for an eternity. I'll usually sit there for a while just waiting to do the ultimate of any of the other ones. That's because most people prefer to do them in a group of 4 with people in their alliance who they know and can depend on. And you do need to do an extreme raid and an ultimate raid with each of your characters. So there's little give and take in a lot of alliances to say like, hey, if you help me with my alt, then I'll help you with your alt. And there's a lot of kind of horse trading around that feature that a lot of people will focus on. So there's that. That's not the only way to get those, though. The next place to get those is to go to your alliance shop. You go to alliance shop, and then you can buy these per week. These are really important. They're really not that expensive. You can, the most expensive one, you buy the top tier one, you buy 2 boxes of that for 50,000 each, and then it drops like, I think 2 to 5 pieces of those for each of those boxes. And then you can also come in here, we'll claim this armor real quick. Still haven't pulled a single one of the regionals. I've gotten 1 Hydra helmet off of Spec Ops, and that's it. Anyway, I digress. You can also come in here. This is where you build your stable convergent particles, your crystallized convergent particles at the workshop. That's typically what people are doing. But you can also get more of these convergiums, or you can upgrade to the flawless, which is the tier 2 level, and the tier 3 level are the radiance. And the upgrade cost is 5 per with 500 and then 1,000. So relatively cheap to upgrade here. They take some time. You have to be patient in the farm, but it does pay off. This is probably the end game character farming ladder with this and potential being 2 of like the biggest things you're just going to kind of be working on in the long run for your character, that you cannot just blitz your way through by buying a whole bunch of draws as you can with Omega cards and costumes. Well, I hope this answers any and all questions you might have about specializations. I'm playing through all of my characters. You have to get them to level 72, I think, each. I'm slowly working my way there, friends. Be patient with me. If I see other content creators doing really good reviews, I'll let you know. Tony Halfsend and Mobile Gamer have an especially good one for Iron Man that I've seen. I haven't really used Iron Man that much, so I can't quote it, but I've seen them slay me in Omega War, so it seems to be working pretty well. And I've also done several raids with Mobile Gamer, though he probably doesn't know who I am. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. If you have questions, concerns, comments, please let me know. Until next time, though, good luck out there. Have some fun. Keep on gaming. Bye for now.